In the heart of Africa, nestled between rolling hills and a sparkling lake, lay a village where life was as tranquil as the waters that shimmered in the afternoon sun. In this village, there lived a young girl named Asha, known for her heart as big as the African sky and her smile as radiant as the midday sun. But beauty, they say, is only skin deep, and Asha's heart ached with a longing to be beautiful both inside and out. One day, while walking through the village market, she heard the sweet melodies of a traveling musician. His songs spoke of far-off lands and adventures that made her heart race. Among the villagers who had gathered to listen to his enchanting tunes was a handsome young man named Jabari. He, too, was captivated by the musician Styles, and he found himself drawn to a certain girl with eyes as dark as the starless night and skin the color of polished mahogany. After the musician had packed up his things and moved on, Jabari approached a sheikh, drawn to her like a moth to a flame. They began to meet in secret, their love growing with each stolen moment. He told her of his dreams to explore the world beyond their village, and she confessed her desire to be more than just ordinary. Jabari, who was as charming as he was handsome, promised her that if she would wait for him, he would return from his travels with a gift that would make her the most beautiful girl in all the land. Before long, Jabari left, promising to return soon. Asha, consumed by thoughts of her beloved and the promise of great beauty, decided to visit the nearby lake, hoping its waters would grant her wish. As she stood by the lake, she saw her reflection and sighed. Would Jabari still love her if she wasn't beautiful? Suddenly, a strange figure emerged from the water. It was the water witch, a mythical being known for her enchanting beauty and immense power. The water witch asked Asha what she desired, and without hesitation, Asha responded, "I want to be beautiful like you." The water witch, amused by the girl's boldness, agreed to grant her wish, but warned her that true beauty came at a price. She handed Asha a small vial filled with a shimmering liquid and instructed her to apply it to her face. However, the catch was that this beauty was a loan from the devil himself, and in exchange, the water witch demanded Asha's soul. Unaware of the consequences, Asha agreed. The next day, when Jabari returned from his travels, he was stunned by the transformation he saw. Asha was indeed the most beautiful girl in the land. Overjoyed, he embraced her, unaware that he had just become the first to fall prey to her beauty. Soon, the entire village marveled at Asha's beauty, and Jabari, along with every other young man in the village, was completely under her spell. For a while, Asha basked in the admiration of the villagers, feeling as though she had finally found her place in the world. She had become the very essence of African beauty, adorned with ornaments made of henna and pearls, her head tied in a majestic a colorful headscarf that symbolized her status and beauty. The men in the village, including Jab, celebrated her beauty through drumming and dancing, their voices echoing with the joy of a communal celebration. However, little did they know that Asha's beauty was nothing more than a loan from the devil. As the days turned into weeks, Asha began to notice changes in herself. She felt a growing darkness within her, a stark contrast to the light and laughter that had filled her once. It was then that Ashek realized the terrible cost of her beauty. She had traded her very soul for ornaments and adulation, and now the devil was coming to collect. As the realization of her folly dawned on her, Ashek understood that she had not only betrayed her own self, but also the traditions and values of her African heritage. Jabari, sensing the change in Ashek, grew concerned. He noticed the sadness in her eyes and the listlessness that had replaced her former vivacity. The joy that her beauty had brought him was now overshadowed by worry and a deep, unsettling fear. He knew he had to do something to help her, but what could he possibly do to save the woman he loved and the village he called home? And so, Jabari set out on a new journey, one that would test his courage and determination like never before, for deep down, he knew that the fate of his village and the love of his life hung in the balance. To be continued in part 2. That's all for today's episode. If you are new here, subscribe and like the video. Also, tell us in the comment section what you think will happen next. See you in the next episode.